That's ugly. You know what happened? I'm doing my video and I had thought, and I know I pressed everything. That's the first time that happened. It seems to shut things off. So I guess for those who just showed up, because I was only running, it seems like on Facebook, and that's why I couldn't post any comments. And even if there's mistakes in there, one of the first parts, no, I wasn't going to talk about this piece. Hold on a second. That's not the piece I wanted. Wow, I can't believe it did that to me. Wow, that's really weird. Okay, and here, in here what I posted, I'm not sure if you can see it, right? Just going to try and see. Yes, let me see. Okay, so if you read, I am here live. I should not be. I should do short videos and then come out here to talk about them. Thank you. And I wrote Donovan, right? And the reason I marked it that way is because the O's are sixes. They're the 15th letter. And that's talking about the spirit in the E world, right? And the birth in the E world is number 5, because number 5 represents the E world as well as the other N. Both ends will represent the same thing. Notice that N6 is part of what is pi. That splits everything into 2. But if you notice the letter of N, or well, I'm not sure if we should take the letter of N, but because of the way we divided things up on an angle. So 6 is, instead of it being, how can I explain it? O is the 15th letter. So basically, as the 15th letter, we are living in between what is O, 2, 3, and 4, as life as 6. 2, 3, and 4 is our vibration, 4, 3, 2. Let me say it again. When D and O come together, the standard of creation, I'm going to see if I can draw this. So you have A, B, C equals to 6. Once you add D, okay, it equals to 10. It becomes a whole. So when you have D6, okay, you're actually, this is a natural, and then this is the add-on. Being a natural, you would have first, second, and third. Standard. On standard, we stand on the spirit of the gate. The first box and the last box. Where is the last box? 1, 3, 5, 7 happens to be the 4th box, because the 3rd box is the female, 5. The 4th box is the male, first or last. If 7 is last, 5th is second to last. If this is first, 5 is second. Therefore, if 1 is first, 3 is second, 3 is like 5. So anyways, the next piece I wanted to speak about again is another piece. 3 times 120 creates the 360, but it's 4 times 90 that creates the 360. So now if we come back to a full cycle, okay, we're going to have 3 is the small cycle, okay? So we're going to have 9 times 120. And here, 4. In the short cycle, we're going to have times 3. So I'm going to have to put this on another page and explain it to you, because it's not going to be that easy to understand just like that. And just give me a second. Can we just take a short, tiny little break? I need to get something to drink. I'm going to explain the alphabet. Actually, let me write it down. 3 times 120. The paper is very soft. I don't like it. 3 times 120 is 360. We need times 3 equals to 1,080, okay, plus 360 equals to 1,440. This is one way to explain the day. Okay. Another way to explain the day, and that's not finished. That's not a cycle. The other way is 4 times 90 equals to 360, times 3 equals to 1080, okay, plus 360 equals to 1440. I'm going to get something to drink. I'm going to come back and I'm going to explain what I'm doing, where I'm going with this. Just a couple of minutes. I'm going to get something to drink. It's getting hot in here. One minute break. For those who just stepped in here, I'm not sure where I should go back, but again, I flopped with the video. My fridge is not closed properly. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Whoa. Okay, so let's finish the cycle. Now we're going to multiply this times 3 equals to 4320. And then we're going to add one more onto it. And this is your complete cycle. Now, according to the Mayans, okay, let me do this calculation first before I get into that. Wow, I used to have 1,000. Just give me a second here. Okay, 4.5 times 5760 equals, yes, that's it. Okay, so it's the Fox pass is number 4.5. Okay, it's what we have to see in numbers is that the center of the cube is 3.5. Is this any reason why we need to be at 4.5? Because we cannot be at 4.5 on this one over here. But if we are at 4.5, that would have to be a negative 4.5 because everything to the center of this cube is 3.5. If I went to 4.5 from 6, I'd be 1.5 away. But I'd be 3.5 away if I add it to 1. No matter which side you look at, everything is 3.5 to the center. So if you went to 3, then 1 in the center, then 3, 3, 1, 3, that would be the entire cube getting to the core, with 1 being the area space owned by the center. So this times 4.5 will equal to what the Mayan 25,920. In which if I added these two, 7920 would be the Earth diameter. in which 4.5 times 1440, okay, will equal to 7920. What is the Earth? No, I got that wrong. I think it's 5.5. Let me get this calculator out here. 14, no, let me clear it. 7920 times 5.5 equals, nope, hold on, clear that. 1440 times 5.5. Yes, that's what it is. 1440 times 5.5. Well, equals to 7920. When it comes to the moon, this is Earth. The moon is 1440, okay, times 1.5. And this is 2160. So that's this basic cycle. So when I multiply that times 3, I have to now multiply the rest of my equation times 3 and times 3. And I did that already. So this would be 360 and this would be 9. And then I'd have to be adding on one more where I'd add on this, and then I'd add on 120 more over here. So this will now be 480 and this will be 12. So this is going to tell me about Pluto. And it's going to also tell me about the day and the night. And the ring of the cube, the DNA ring of the cube. 4 times 8, 4 plus 8 will equal to 32 and 12, equaling to 44. 4 times 4, 4 plus 4, the separation between day and night through the 7th gate of the light. 6 and 1. 24, create 8 and 6, 14. This is the division of the 7th gate. So it's the division of the pole. So that means they divided the pole. And the reason I say that is because to go around this cube, okay, although you have to understand what is the pole, because nothing goes through to the other side. So what actually is the story? Every side is opposite of a center dot, but nothing goes through. Everything has an elbow hook to it. So if you're looking to leave this planet, you have to go by an elbow hook because there's no way straight out. It's all elbow hooks, and there's 3 of them. You can also create a corner within a T. Maybe the T. Maybe that's what the T is trying to say. But anyways, let's leave that out. I'm losing my vision right now. So this, why is it the pole? Because this, okay, is the ring. Number 14 is the ring. The center, the 7th gate, is only 2 numbers. So 7, okay, is 2 numbers. And 14 is 4 numbers. 14 is a ring. And the number to the ring is 48. And 2 is a pole. And the number to the pole is 48. And the number to Pluto is 84. 18, 27, and 14 is 41 and 7, 48. 16 and 15, 31 plus the 12th letter. And anyways, by the virtue, okay, 43 and 5, 48. So by the virtue of each one of these, Pluto, 5 letters. So I can also go ahead, and divide 5 letters by 84. What's the average? I like when I have my calculator with me. I'm going to get up for a second, see if I can go get it. Please give me a second. Oh, okay, got that. Give me a second and I have a cookie. Remember, somebody said to me, why are you here? I said, because the more we wake up our mind, what was the Creator looking for? That we should find the word of the Creator, and then we would know. When we bring our joy in life and understanding of the alphabet, of the word, of the true meaning, once you put yourself to say, hey, what I learned, maybe there's more. Has anybody ever stood aside and said there's more to it than just what it is? Hi, beautiful cat. Hi, beautiful cat. Okay. What was that equation? I forget. 84 divided by 5 equals 16 and 8. Equals to the gateway of Pluto. Also equals to day and night. It's also an equivalency of everything that goes around time, because 13 times 13 equals 169. Take away that one spirit for time, the passing of time, or is it the core? Monopoly is made up of 168 plus 1. 168 is this, let me see, is 1 square, and then around it are 168. This will be 169. Can you put 168? You know what's funny? Let's look at 14. Let's look at 144 for a second. There's other ways to look at it, because we can look at it as 2, 3, and 4 like our vibration. But we're going to do this. We're going to give the maximum number, and we are going to give the minimum number to create it. When we go over and add it this way, it comes out to that, 45. When I go to create the identical, it comes out to exactly like this, back to 99, right? This equals to 144. But if I put 7 over 2 and 7 over 2, it becomes 5 over 4, and it becomes the sun. The number to the sun and love is 54. Prior to its creation, it was the DNA that comes from those letters. Every time you say the and, that is rotation of creation, basic. This is number 33, which will create the creation base, which is number 9, and number 6 if you want to use just one cube. And there's a same gateway. And then you'd have, obviously, you'd move it up one more, and then you'd move this, and you move it down one more, you'd do this. And then you'd have your octagon and beehive. So I don't want to get into that. So now we're going to get into this one over here. First, we did the 3 parts. Oh, there's one piece missing. It's 8, 8, 8. This one is 888 that runs at 120 degrees. That splits everything into 3 parts, 120 degrees, 3 times a day, 24 hours. Now we go on to what is 6666, right? And remember, this and this are different. And inside of this is 6, 6, and 6 as well. The inverted cube, there is no 8. And when there is an 8, there's 2 ways to get 8. Either you're talking about the heaven spirit, but then there's the back door of what is 6. The inverted to what is 8 is 6 by the virtue of 2 cubes, 6 and 2, which will create 51 Mars. Or you have 5 and 3, which will create 42, the split of the 7th gate, 9 lives of the cat, number 2442. You can also look at what is mass in rotation is 44. What is the division between night and day? So I don't do anything other than show you from where the numbers come from, where they stand, how they can be put on in artwork, not because I want to, but that is the way it is. So let's go down on this one over here. This one had to be multiplied by 3. So now we're going to have 12, and this is going to be multiplied by 3. So we're going to have 270, and then we're going to add another 3 for 15, and then we're going to add another 90 for 360. You see, in the world we live, we're running this way. That is our birth in January. That is Mars. This is creation of alpha, beta. But the first world, and here's where we run the 360, but the other world that runs 120, okay, is running to this cycle over here, which is a day and a day and a quarter. This is 1.25 more than this over here. So I have to understand that in the same, did I do a mathematical error or something? I just do base math. It has to be easy. So so that's the way it is, and those are the cycles between 888 and 666. And in this instance, it's going to be 8888, which will be 32 and which will be 24. So that's 65. And this one is 24 and 18. So RX, and this one is EF. I have to understand what's going on between the two, because the cube is actually what runs us like that. 3 equals 6. And then the face of the cube runs you 9. So I'm just trying to understand that. And secondly, there's a few things also that I do. Is that when you're coming to the top of the pyramid, thank you for making pens. Thank you for the paper. Okay, when they're making pyramid, now I have to understand, am I going to skip an area space? Because if I was doing dots on the floor and doing this with dots on the floor, okay, I should just take this away. I wasn't supposed to make this one. If I was doing this with dots on the floor, I would probably leave a minimum of this amount of space, if not this amount of space, and start my next pyramid here. But the alphabet is right next to each other. So I'm trying to question myself, is maybe all my area spaces here, and I should just leave this connected. So it's a question. It's got to be tossed around. Will it change things? Everything changes things. And another thing is, if I left a gap, right? If I leave a gap, let's say like this, I can cover that gap like that. Put a nail in it and cover the gap, right? Or if I had a larger gap, right, I can probably come down and in this situation make it look like a screw. Here it's got to end with a flat head. Here it can end with a point. So here it'll be a bolt, or not a nail, just a bolt. And over here it might be a nail that's penetrating through. So this is the difference between this situation and understanding this situation, as well as knowing what this situation is all about. Those are your basic 3. But I shouldn't do it that way. It should be there. This one and that one. Because once this gets one larger, right, boom, that one goes in that one. So we have to understand the sequences, just as we have to understand what this is. What all these tell stories, but I wasn't getting into any of these stories right now. See what T does? If it was I, right, you'd be able to blog it in like that. That's actually what it should be like, right? Whoop. I'm just showing you all the things that possibly can be done. So this would be your I, and then in between, how do you want to look at your H? Do you want to look at your H as what you split, or do you want to look at your H this way and have your H this way? There's a bunch of questions that I still ask which way I should be going. Is it both ways? Let me go back not to here, but to here. I did an alphabet shift according to the roulette board. In fact, the roulette board, just to make note, if I get this right, the roulette board is, and then it goes down like this, and then I'm trying to remember, and then it goes, and then it goes like this, and then it goes like this, and then it goes like this, and so what I'm trying to show you is in the roulette wheel, they create X, they create Y, they create X, and they create another Y. I'm not sure if you can, I'm not sure if you can see this. I'm not sure if you can see that. Let me hang up the light. Let me see. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Over here, let me see. Can you see? Let me see. Here. You got it here. X, Y, X, Y. XY chromosomes. And you need, in order to create the artwork, you need 1, 2, 3. You need 3 for base, and you need 4 to complete and begin again. So you need 36, 36, 36, 108, 144. So you'll have XX 48 and Y 50, so that'll be 98. XY is 49, 98, 98, 98. That's a total of 294, 390, if I got that right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 400, take away 8. 392, I think it is. But anyways, and then there's the stop signs in the back. But anyways, I have to get back to my desk. Just give me a minute. We got a new visitor. I have to pick something up off the floor. I'm going to get back. And before my light falls on the floor. Just give me a second here. Oh, great. Sorry about that. Wow. It's what happens when you do things alone, right? Almost. Just give me this here. Give me this here. Just give me a second. And I'll just point you up at the ceiling for a minute. Just give me a minute. I got to pick something up. Maybe take a look at this. Okay. Where am I? Okay. For those, I was showing you the floor, right? Let me try and take what's off the screen. What's on the screen there? It's been on the screen way too long. Sorry about that. Oh boy. How do I get that off? That's comments, right? Okay, it's in comments. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. So I just have to move the cat away from here. I mean, I love her so much, but she's got to go down on the floor. So yeah, let me go back into the. I'm not sure when anybody joined the video now. Before I show it to you, what's on the board right now is mixed up in your X and Y chromosomes. In this design, you will see squares 1, 2, 3, 4. Every square is a cube, and every ring that you see is connecting 72 is connecting part of 72 numbers. What you see as the connected red areas is what happened in the creation of this is I turn forward and backwards. I go 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. And by doing that, and all the way down to number 36, this is what it creates. Continuing between the two sides, there's a division. Okay, like over here, it's this point over here would be 3, and this would be 3, and this would be 3, and this would be 3, and in between here, if you can see my mouse going up and down, is a void. There's a void, and just by connecting both sides, this is what happens to the void, and it creates all these things. I'm not really sure if it goes up and down and over and out, but anyways. We're going to just take that off for now. If I can find out where it is, here it is. And I'm going to get back to reconstructing the alphabet and where A, B, C, D are gone. And we are going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We should end up stopping everything over here on up. So A starts at 6. We have a total of 7. B, G comes together because G is the normal 7th letter. Now B is now the 7th letter. And it's ironic that A, okay, is opposite of F, but B, okay, has a G void, to where CH is where what is opposite to A is now where H is the void to A, to where C is the void to 6, to where everything gets inverted on DI. First it was AI and it's been shortened to DI, the inverted side of ABC creation. ABCC. Did my cat just jump on the phone? So let me just give me 1 second for a second. Okay. Yeah, I had another visitor. So where else are we going to go with this alphabet? So anyways, G takes up what is the L position. M takes up where the H takes up where the M is, equaling to 21 the cube. This will now equal to 23 because I'm combining them in their area space. Joe comes together. R and M come together. For me, that's very special. The 18th letter, the M letter is now in the 18th position. Anyways, this is how the alphabet gets reconstructed. But what we have, I am still trying to understand, a little bit struggling with, is that when this alphabet gets inverted, okay, Z is not number 9. So we can't really invert everything to number 9. Because if we do invert the alphabet, okay, C and hold on a second. If I do invert the alphabet, C is going to come into where CX comes together. That is the normal inversion of the alphabet. But what about this area here? We don't come to number 9. It becomes 1 and 8. It becomes 2 and 7. It becomes 3 and 6. 1 and 8. It's not 9. It's not 1 in the completion of 9. So how would you follow what I'm saying? If we had to restart the alphabet, we'd have to start the alphabet here by putting A in this position. It would actually be AAZBYC SDER. So anyways, that's just a question in the air. I'm getting a little tired. I'm not really sure where to go next with this. So let me see what I want to jump onto next. And it's really, really hot here. At the beginning, I'm not really sure who was watching the video at the beginning, but I cannot go back to the beginning of. Wow, yeah, I'm running out of steam tonight. I really am. For those who have never been here before, I'm going to show you the Pluto cycle off the cube, and we want this cube to end as well as we want the moon to end with that cycle. And the moon cycle is 28, 7, 14, 21. I cannot put number 14 here. If I do, I skip over the moon cycle. Therefore, I must go I can start off with 7 or 14. It doesn't matter. But I must go number 7 over here so I can get my 28-day cycle to the moon, in which I'll have 14 left over. So now I'm going to run into the next cube and into the next moon. So here we're going to have 714. I'm just going to keep going 714, and this is 42, and this is 56. So no matter what, just by going 715 like this, I hit the next moon. Here I'm going exact. We have to see exactly what's going on in this world. So we do things exact. This would be the third cube. And then over here, we're counting complete days, 42. And then 14, 7, 21, 7, 28, 14. So now we must start with number 14 because the next one will be hitting the moon with this one over here. And where I don't hit the moon over here, but I hit the moon down here. Is that one of the reasons we have a different size moon? And then over here, boom, number 7. I have 63 over here. That number is obviously wrong. 714, yeah, that's number is obviously wrong. Obviously wrong. I don't know how I did that, but okay. 7, 21, 28, 42, 49, 63. So now I did it a little bit better. It missed this moon instead of missing this moon. Here, I hit all my moons. I hit my moon here, and here's my third cube, but it's not over because we're not on a moon. The next moon will be at number 84. The next moon will be in 84, and it doesn't matter what I put down here because I'm going to use both the cubes, right? So here I can put 14 and 7. It'll be 77. That'll be the Christ or matter. And then 84, and that'll be Pluto, Christ, Pluto. And then over here, okay, over here, I'm going to use, let's say, a number 7. So I'm going to get 70. Spirit of 76. They say it's 2/3 the hand of God. I like to call it the heavens of. I'm not really sure what to call 0. The heavens of the divided gates. Maybe we can call it that. And then over here we'll have 14, and that'll be the fourth cube. So and this will be the first moon, and here the one moon, and then here will be another moon, and here will be 3 moons. And because of the sequence running over here, they only had 2 moons, and they missed the moon. So maybe it was what do you call it? The moon got shaded out. And the numeric value is Pluto, and the ring, and the pole, and the bi, and the cell, and the sun. All are number 48. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video. I'm going to jump onto Facebook to see if there's anybody watching this, and there's not. So yes, thank you. I'm going to end it now. And good night. How do I shut this thing off?